Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming live from the Oval Office here. What's the office? It's actually square. How are we doing, team? We're having some technical issues, but we have come and done the job. Neil was good enough to just stand there for the last half an hour and do hee-haw whilst we all ran about like sausages.
They've got a clue with the internet stuff.
You can even see that his hair's standing up in his end.
Aye, it is actually, in his haircut.
That's it.
But if you put your pound in the meter, you would have got the internet connected quicker.
50 pence.
Is it? Alright.
You have to turn it round.
Might get cut off at 9 o'clock.
That's it. But anyway, they're all well. We're coming live from the centre of the universe.
Almost. McMurray's the centre of the universe.
Yes. We're here at the Merky Grill. Wonderful award-winning gastropub. On my left here we've got Tatty Peel. Didn't turn your face up like a bulldog chewing a wasp, mate. We've got Tatty Peel to the left here.
Good evening, Mr. Blakey. Good evening,
nice
everyone.
To see you.
It's a pleasure to see you as well.
Yes, been a couple of weeks. And then of course we've got Tatty Peel. Of course we've got Tatty Peel. We've got a pitch invasion here from That's it, and of course Nanu Gregor's kicking about, but he's not here anymore.
He's away at Ben Nevis. First thing in the morning. Cry.
That's it. And then we've got Hula Hoop Lug in the background as well tonight. Look, that's, I don't know if you can all see him there.
Doing Twitcher or something like that. Wow. They can tell me what Twitcher is, for God's sake.
I'm trying to see if we've got any live chats coming up. Oh, Jamie Thorne's dialed in there, that's it. And Philip Quinland, there he is, over there in Dublin. Nice to see you. Right, there's Davy Pringle, and there's Georgie Porgy, the secret weapon. And at the back here we've got Callum, and is that Wendy Poos? The Wendy Poos sitting there. And then of course you see Hula Hoop Lug. Let's see him. There he is, look, chicken the good juice, there he is. He's got hula hoops for earrings, so that's it.
Some porn show he's got.
He's doing a Twitcher or a Fletcher or a Fletching or a Belching or something like that.
Idea.
He's doing.
The idea.
But anyway, I see we've got a few folk on here. We've got Jamie Thorne, Michael Kelman, First Lady, stand to attention. Caroline Gibson, nice to see you. Susan Innes, I'm surprised they probably have double vision watching the screen at this point.
Oh, aye, well, because we're late on tonight, so Martin will be alright probably.
Yeah. And Philip Thorne saying not working on Facebook. Does that mean that he's not working or we've not on?
I can see it on that big screen there.
Aye.
Susan Allen, the Toon Army.
Aye, man. Canny bag of tuna. That's it. We've got that, it's quite good. Jamie Thorne's on, Phil's not. Colin Dunn, nice to see you, bud. That's good. So we've got a few folk coming in. But I'll tell you who we don't see. The old yen.
Brian Johnston.
Stephen Johnston was away up north, Balvenie and Blair Distillery. Swing on the day, and he got another pack for him and his missus to have a wee finish. Wee swally tonight.
Brian will be getting his nurses to tuck him up for the night before he gets his wee dram.
That's it. He'll be getting ready for bed. So we've got a good show packed tonight. I'm hoping so. I'm on it, so it must be good. So why don't you give us a wee rundown on what we've got, and then we'll just do the final brief for the big smoke.
We've got some empty bottles there because we sold them all out. But number one this evening is Blair. Blair's a Highland distillery just outside Tain. And it's a 15-year-old, and I didn't care what there was 46 ABV. I've never tried this before. I've had the Blair, the standard, but I've not had the 15 before. And a real trusty one. I had a wee dram of this recently. We were in the secret bar at Aberfeld.
So
46 or 48, I think. I can't remember.
But that's the stuff that we're used to. We're used to the
that's only 40%.
£2,500 a bottle stuff.
Aye. And my trusty favourite, we've tried Balvenie Wikipedia before, but this is a new expression. This is this year's. It's only been out a few weeks sort of thing. So it's a 14-year-old Wikipedia. So hopefully there's a few changes. But hey, I'll never remember what it was like last year when you tried it anyway. So as you know, Balvenie is my favourite whisky. You can't go wrong with a good Balvenie. So 3 great whiskies tonight, and I'm looking forward to all 3 because the Balblair 15 I think will be quite an unusual one.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to say I remember one of the times when I was in Tenerife, probably about last November. I actually got the exclusive travel edition, and it was a 17-year-old, and it was an absolute cracking whiskey, really good. So that's what prompted us for that. But just to get the meat on the bones for what's going down over the next weekend.
Oh, next weekend we're going to London to the Whisky Show next Sunday, the 3rd. These lucky characters are all getting down in a 7:30 train on the 1st Friday morning, but some of us have got to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the time I could have got the 5:30 down on flight on Saturday because my clients are dropping off at 4 o'clock at Edinburgh Airport for a hired car. But the flight went for £120 up to 196. I couldn't afford it. So I'm getting the 7 o'clock flight down to Stansted. I'll be in the hotel for 9 o'clock in the morning having a wee beer with breakfast. That's ready to rock and roll.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the team, 7:30, we will be on that train. First class, may I add, going down to the Big Smoke. We will arrive at 11:50, just in time for a beer at noon. We're still waiting on the brewery to come back and confirm the time for us. I would expect it to be 1:30, 2 o'clock to the brewery, the Fuller's Brewery visit. On the Saturday, due to everything being quite whammy-bammy, I've decided not to pursue the distillery visit to the gin distillery visit.
Oh, I'm pleased with that.
Because it would have been just too much.
I've been jealous.
And then on the Sunday, we're at the trade show for 11 o'clock in the morning. But we have the historic pub tour on the Saturday. We have our own guest visitor for down there, Mr. Smith. Talking about Mr. Smith, I don't know if he's on tonight.
Is he bringing the Sudan chair for Sunday night to get you back to the hotel?
Yes. Ball's being on, but didn't quote me on that. you know what happens. But before we go further, I don't want to borrow folk. Tell us about the test kits that we need to do. What do we need to do to get into the show?
Yes, those of you who are gone, you've got to have proof of your double vaccination. So you've got to have the QR codes, or at least the letter. The original letter, I think, is sufficient for that. You also have to supply them with their email address, because we got an email the other day, because we've got Gregor's, yours and mine are the same one. Everyone's got to supply their email address, so make sure you respond to that email, and it just gets all you in. If you have not been double vaccinated, like Gordon Brown, he's immune to it all, apparently. He's got to get a certain probe in a different place. Yeah. You've got to have your negative PCR test within 48 hours of Sunday.
Which one's the PCR one?
PCR one is the big one. You've got to buy that test.
Is that now the PCR? What about the one that they sent to you in the post? Is that it? No.
Well, the lateral flow. That's one thing I'm not sure. You might be able to use the lateral flow. I see things are changing as of the 4th for travel. But I'll double check that. We'll stick it on that WhatsApp.
I know myself, because of being a youngster, I've only had my first jag. But I know I need to get a test, and we have a test centre here anyway, but it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
But that doesn't give you the report. It's negative. You've got to do the PCR that you buy to go away and get tested. You get the email with the negative.
Aye, but is it not PCR that they do?
That's NHS. That just goes to the NHS.
Oh, right, so
negative, yeah. So that's negative. It's PCR. You've got to buy them, or possible lateral flow. But I'll check that out tomorrow. I saw you sent me an email, but I was getting organised. Right, yeah, so we'll sort it out, but most of ours will be double jag, so yeah.
That's it, double jag. And I just see Jim Barry's dropped in there. There's a drip in the roof for you, and Pork Chop's probably on, but because he's so technically minded, he's probably not hit the right button to get on and say hello. So
like father, like son, technically minded.
I can hear him shouting at me just now, but anyway, that's it.
Surprised he's not phoned you if he's not getting on.
That's it. Somebody else will probably phone me. Maybe we'll phone somebody tonight anyway.
Phone Tony Rayfield.
Tony Rayfield.
I think we should phone Tony.
That's it. We maybe phone somebody. Let's see who we decide to phone in a bit. But anyway,
right.
Let's get going.
Bottles are empty, but we had one spare pack left. So, whiskey number 1 today is a Blair 15-year-old. What? Where's the? See, I'm thinking. I couldn't see it.
Oh my goodness! That was nearly alcohol abuse, folks.
Don't even had a sample yet. Blair's from a place called Ederton, just outside Tain.
You'll see it down there.
Trying very hard. Trying like your son. It's a very old distillery. It's one of these distilleries I've not really heard about or much about it. So way back in the late 1700s, 1790, 95 or thereabouts. I think it's owned by Interbev now, which is Thai Bev, the Thai company from, not that type of Thai, from Thailand.
And, is it the capital's that?
Aye. It's funny because we say this every week, and I'm going to have a wee kick at George Ridpath because George always tunes in later on.
Number 2.
Aye, George, Mr. Grouse, we always, massive unionist, loves the United Kingdom, so we have some great ding-dongs over that. And one time, George actually says to me, there's no money in whisky. That's who all these international companies are doing it. Macallan, who used to work for Edrington, he just spent about £80 million on their visitor centre 2 years ago. But hey ho, there's no money in whisky, George. Good one.
In this country, overseas, the duty that we pay.
We'll catch you later, Paul. So yes, Balvenie, as I say, it's a very old distillery. Lovely colour on that. Just a wee bit sort of darker than the normal golden. But I always think it's single matured. I went have a smell there first because you mentioned it. Yeah. The legs are actually pretty thick there, Graham, just coming down. You see the legs there? And my one's different to yours. Mine's a bit better than yours actually, because I've got a better sugar than you. Your sugar's crap.
I know why you've got a better sugar, eh?
You've got to do it clockwise, no this anti-clockwise. You do it clockwise.
What did you say?
If you do it clockwise, it's a better sugar.
Sugar it, just a little bit. Sugar it.
That's too much.
Just a little. Oh, I can see the legs now.
You'll not need the water now, you'll split all the oils there.
Split the apples.
Right. Onto the nose, and that is really honey. The first thing you get of that is absolute honey. Sweet as anything, sweet as on that. Some nice, lovely citrus coming through there, but it's no the sharp lemon zest, it's quite limey, I think. Lime, orange.
Yeah.
And a wee touch of green apples. Oh, Tony. I don't know.
I don't know if the guys up the back got some glasses to have a wee sip of this.
That is wonderful. There's a wee, nice, sweet green apple. It's a bit green. It's a mixture of apples there because I actually had a gala apple the day and it was really sweet and it just reminds me of that. A wee touch of spices.
Sugar and spice and all things nice.
Jesus.
Taddy Peel likes to drink wine.
I do actually, but a wee bit ginger snap biscuits coming in there. It's no the sharp sort of ginger, you know. It's a bit sweet like a ginger biscuit. That's
walnut cake.
I can't afford walnut cake. I'm a poor pensioner now. I can't afford to buy that. But there's quite a bit of citrus, a bit of fruit coming in. Yeah, pears. Lovely. It's a cracking nose. Let's have a wee taste it. Slange.
Did you want to be better? If you go and get glasses. Fastest I've seen David Pringle move in years.
He's not moved yet. That's nice. It's funny on the nose. It was the honey that hit you first, but the vanilla gets me on the palate. The sweet dryness, but the honey coming through the back of it. It's nice. Ginger is now. The ginger's more spicy now on the palate is what was the nose. I thought the honey was taking all and bringing ginger sweetness into it. A bit chocolate, very nice. Cadbury's dairy milk.
Not your old Jamaican Jack.
No, I can't get that. No, Martin's never gave me that Jack. That's about a year since you bought me that.
I know.
But you're getting the apples coming through, but it's red apples. Unfortunately, well, we'll kid on. It's green apples, Tony.
Green apples.
Thank God he got that one in it. I couldn't have done it. A double fault there, Tony. If it was old tennis court. That is a lovely whisky, Graham. I don't know how much it is a bottle, probably 40, 50 quid. 50 quid or something like that.
Before VAT.
Oh, here's Davey coming over. Look at the longest arms in the country.
Here we go. A one for Georgie Podgy. That's it. There's a cup of kindness for you, bro.
On the finish, quite medium, really, really sweet. Seville oranges, the citrus oranges, again the lime's gone. There's no lemon in the citrus at all. But I'm liking the orange. I like that. Yep. That's a really.
It's an absolute cracker. That. What's everybody else thinking out there, guys? What you all thinking?
Give me a glass. A wee touch of water.
A wee bit of H2O.
I'll put 3 drops in there, Graham. So. Really opens it. That just wee touch of water. the ginger again. It's still got that sweet sort of ginger biscuit type, citrus, lime, orange, a wee bit pineapple. I think it's actually more tropical fruit, sweeter with the water.
Caramelised
Caramelised dates. Oh. But and it actually smothers the honey. It softens the honey because the first thing we got with neat was the honey. It really. But I think there's a wee bit toffee in that now. You know, it sweetens it with the orange, chocolate orange.
Yep.
Oh yeah, some chocolate orange, Terry's chocolate orange.
That was it.
That's lovely. Yeah.
Jamie likes it. Cracking, strange aftertaste, but not too unpleasant. That's just a kebab or something.
I didn't find the aftertaste. Funny enough, with the water, it's a longer finish. I'm feeling it right down here. And you get the ginger, it spices the ginger again, just on the palate and the finish, as opposed to that's quite unusual. I think I've had that before.
Jerry Halliway or something like that.
Ginger spice.
Yes.
But it's quite unusual in the fact that the spicy ginger is sweet, like a biscuit, on the nose, but on the palate it's spicier. No, it's sharper. But I like that. Certainly gets the seal approval. Yeah, that's a nice.
Let's see what somebody else. So we'll just continue on and see if we can get somebody on the phone. Oh, the phone's ringing. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is.
Who is it?
Right. Oh, somebody's chickened out. Answering the phone.
They're not expecting it, like.
I'll hang it up now. There we go. Well, that's you in the bad books. That's Michael Kelman. Not answered his phone. Is he on? Maybe he's not on. Oh, well, maybe that's why. At least he's not in the bath. I thought I seen him. He's on. He mustn't be paying attention. Anyway.
Is he on?
No, he's on, but he's not paying attention. Stephen Johnston, brilliant. With us or without you?
Stephen, as you know, I really do prefer it with water. Every whiskey with water. But that was... I think it improved it, but not by much. I think it was a top-notch whiskey, neat on its own. So yeah,
I've
absolutely.
got to say that's one that I could probably have either just a wee hee-haw water or probably no water. I really enjoyed that. That was nice.
Yeah, I did.
I've got to say that if you're going on holiday and you see that 17-year-old, the travel exclusive, grab it with both hands. It's really up there. The wee step up from that, and that's nice.
Yep. Here we go. Aberfeld, 21-year-old. Again, it's Highland Aberfeld, and just outside the town of Aberfeld there. It's the home of Dewars.
World of whiskey, and what were they also famous for?
The piper. 100, they do 100 pipers, did they?
No, what was the first commercial?
Oh, it was the Highland dancer, the piper with the big... Aye. Was it like that? How did it go?
Yeah.
Just...
Michael never got his call, but it interrupted the iPad. Sorry, bud.
Excuse me. Yeah, Aberfeld, it was owned by Dewars, which got sold by Diageo, I think, when Diageo bought United Distillers. The Monopolist Commission. So it went, I don't know who it went to after that, but it ended up with, it's Bacardi. Bacardi we have it now. It goes back to the late 1800s. As a distillery, but it's lovely. It's a nice tour just on the way into town from Pitlochry side, and they've always got the big. It's like a fire station, isn't it? With the big windows, big bay windows. Tony, it's on the other side of the picture. You've got the wrong picture there.
Here, no. Tony, can you zoom in on this one here?
And it's just great. Wrong camera, Tony.
There you go. See.
You might see it just in behind.
There you go.
Between Gregor's and myself, but there's 5-6 massive pot stills there, and the windows are always open. I just think it's a fantastic sight, and a lot of American clients I've got to see it. They're actually quite overawed with it. It's just, it epitomises.
Do you remember when we took that picture? We were worried somebody was going to chase us.
I thought we got chased with a dog that day, you know?
They were shooting at us. Do you remember that guy in the middle? I don't know if anybody remembers this guy here.
It's a boy, Wujny or something like that, Wujny.
Polish guy. I forgot what he looked like.
Anyway, back to Aberfeld, the 21-year-old. It's a wonderful whisky, this. I do recall it. David Pringle had about 3/4 of a bottle that day in the secret bar, didn't he? Because that was the oldest he was allowed to get.
Yeah. It was like the Exorcist, all the spirits were disappearing.
You get the colour, it's sort of mid-range colour. I don't know if it's double matured. I don't think it is. But 21-year-old is just, it's going to be nice and soft. And no, it's definitely double matured on the nose. And I always think, yeah, 21 for a 15-year-old is far enough in the American oak. It become too dry and too sweet. That's my downfall with Balvenie. Is the sweetness and the dryness of it. So that's a wonderful nose in that. Have a look at the legs. Sorry, I should have done it close, so you can. Legs are really slow, just falling away there beautifully. Just nice, level, even legs. Oh, wow. And on the nose. He's hell bent on upsetting somebody tonight, but he's leaving me alone then. But yeah, on the nose, again, it's the honey. The honey gets you there. Follow through with that? But there's a wee hint of vanilla there.
Oh, it's the First Lady. We've got the First Lady on live. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's it. How did you get on with that first whiskey?
I've not actually started it yet.
Oh.
I have it in front of me.
Oh.
Well, come on,
So you're pretending to be on the show, but you're not on the show.
Aye. Go on, we need your input, Julie. We need your input.
We're live here. We've got everybody dialing in, and we're waiting for your taste and see what you're thinking. But we'll let you slide. Yeah. All right, you're liking it?
Oh, you're too late. We're on Aberfeld now, Julie.
We're on the second one, but it's cracking, eh? You like it? Yeah, good. Well, we're on the second one. Have you got this? We'll let you enjoy the first one and move on to the second one, and we'll leave you in peace. What did you have for your dinner tonight?
Chicken.
Oh, nice. Well, we'll Tatty Peel. He's not been fed this week. Look, he's fading away. Poor Scott. Right, sweetheart. Right, we'll let you get back to it.
Bye, Julie.
The show. Right. Bye. Bye. Right, there we go. Right, that's it. See, you could be next.
You're getting a wee hint of smoke on the Aberfeld there. Just a very, very faint sort of smoke. But it's certainly double mature. See, Michael Kelman's just said he always sugars anti-clockwise. Never knew he was doing it right. But see, that's the common. There's got a fly hanging about my head. That's the common way to do it, because that's the natural way. You've got to do it gently that way, and you get the legs just coming down, Michael. You know, try and practice it, Michael. We'll have a look.
Gravitational pull.
Absolutely. We'll check him down in London and make sure he's got it right down there. But your wee bit dried fruit, that is a fantastic nose. And Blair was a good nose, but this actually leaves it standing, Graham, I think. And the sweetness of the honey was better in the Blair, but I think that vanilla's got a nice balance with the honey. So I'm going to have a wee slange.
I tell you who we've not seen tonight. We've not got Goran on Sweden.
Vanilla hits you first. The sweetness, the dryness, dried fruit. Actually, peaches, some tropical fruit. You know, you get that. The peach? Put some of the peach, the hairy one.
Oh, the
nectarine.
No,
nectarine's the smooth one. It's the peach.
Banana.
But you get that dryness. You bite into them, you get that sweet dryness. It's almost like vanilla. I get a lot of that coming on there.
Coming through, getting it right out.
Quite spicy as well.
Ginger spice this time?
No.
Posh spice? Or
no, I'm getting a wee bit cloves, a bit cinnamon coming through
scary,
that. Yeah,
you
want some? That's nice. That is a lovely drop.
Just to brief our customers or our friends, what are you actually putting into this?
But yeah, we'll keep forgetting it's Macar water from the Isle of Lewis, which is the wee streams, spring water from there.
But next to Peckham Springs.
Is Michael a wee bit of the Del boy, is he?
Poor soul's not been well.
Not been up to see him yet.
Not coming down to London.
Yeah.
Bad issues, so.
Yeah, you were telling me. Hopefully he's on and watches in due course. Cheers, Michael. All the best.
Folk dialing in. Tom has been dialed in again from France. All the best, and his brother Jeremy. He's been wanting to join the gang.
Tom and Jerry. I've got a tickly throat tonight. It's no COVID, it's tickly. It's not in my chest. Again, when you put the water in there, you saw the oil separating wonderfully. And back to the nose, the water makes a massive difference. The honey takes precedence to the vanilla, the fruit, the peaches, pears, pineapple coming. I think that's a real wonderful tropical fruits. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't get the word out there. But you notice that touch of water. I think the wee hint of smoke. There was a wee hint of smoke there. It's gone in the water. So on the palate there.
That's it. Julie's saying, apologising for lagging behind.
So it should. So she should. Again on the finish, the touch of water on the palate. You get that. I mean, it's a hint of smoke. It really is. Just a wee whiff of it. Can you say? But it's. I wonder what you're doing with that.
Look at him. It's like a hair out of the trap.
But you're getting all these sweet fruits, the vanilla, honey. That's
very good. Very
I'm disappointed it's only 40% ABV. Did I check that right? Yeah, it is. It's only 40% ABV. Right. I thought a 20-year-old would have been a lot stronger.
Baby drinking the milk here. Right, bro.
Well, that certainly gets the seal approval. I like that. I like that. It's funny, right? Not that the time was there.
See, the audience is going wild.
I was up 2 or 3 months ago and I bought a bottle of the 16-year-old. And I think the 16-year-old just edges it a wee bit in the 21. For value for money. Yeah. I don't know about that. That's about 110, 120 for the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's before VAT. So
yeah. So the 16, I think, was about £65 a bottle inclusive. So value for money, the 16 is better, but that's a lovely whiskey. Certainly gets the seal of approval. I really like that one. Yeah, I like that.
And of course, we'll have to send out a shout to our good friend, the brand ambassador up at the distillery that took us round. Was it Gary Ross?
Gary Ross, yeah.
Well, his wife, he's on maternity. I asked him to dial in tonight and asked one of the guys from the distillery to come live, but unfortunately, his wife's giving birth to a wee baby.
Oh, I see.
So can't make it, and then the other one's out as well.
I've got two of the girls in the office, Victoria and Eleanor. They're talking to me. McNabb, Eleanor McNabb. I can't remember Victoria's second name. I'm supposed to visit them because we're trying to do a wee secret tour for my clients. Secret tour that the public didn't get.
Oh, right.
They might get into that.
Up there,
Aye, up there. So we could have got them, but not that know much about whiskey. They're more gin ladies who just work in the distillery.
You know who we're on about.
I
think it's been awful quiet tonight. Is the folk down in Newcastle?
I saw Susan earlier on.
Aye, man. Maybe you've upset them. Michael Kelman's getting a fruity saurian loaf. Must be for his pudding.
Question.
Oh, have you got a question?
Who can drink more? An Irishman, a Scotsman, or an American? Who can drink more?
Well, it has to be a Scotsman.
Has to be a Scotsman.
Is that what's that? Aye. That's it. It's a bit like the Irish that invented the toilet seat, eh? But it was the Scotsman that put the hole in it. Talking about that, we've got Phil Quinlan on from America somewhere.
Right.
Who you got dialing in over there, Nick?
I've got the Great Sabu from America.
Oh.
I've got Dead or Dan Dead from Sweden, actually.
Sweden! We've got another pal.
Finnish, actually.
Oh, Finnish.
You anybody for Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi, no, yeah.
We'll get them on.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi.
Phone them up.
Right.
Right, number 3, the Balvenie. We all know about the Balvenie. We know my feelings for Balvenie. Edward Hour's my favourite distillery to visit, but Balvenie is a dram. Is probably across the board the absolute best from Dufftown and Speyside, owned by William Grant and some. It's early 1800s sister distillery to Glenfiddich, and I always use that. And that's one of the things which we've not used today. We forgot about that.
We done it on purpose. We done it to see who would notice.
Aye, I just noticed now.
Flavour. No, we knew that. We done it on purpose. So.
Did you?
Susan Allen is down and out in Sunderland. It's Davey that's doing this. Davey.
Oh, he's worked out how to do it. I'm impressed, David.
Your bachelor's degree in computer science.
Right, where were we? Aye. And I always use that in my master classes at the regions. If people tell me I'm a Speyside drinker, I didn't like this, I'm an early drinker. I just think it's absolute nonsense. That flavour map is everything about it. Because there's the Balvenie. It's not the peatiest one in the world. Well, last year's wasn't. I don't know if I've tried this one yet. I didn't know the new one was out until we got it a couple of weeks ago. But no, it's the same distillery, just without the peat. I always use Balvenie double wood against Glenfiddich. No, everything's the same company. They use the same water, barley, yeast. They're 100 yards apart. They mature 100 yards apart, and yet they're night and day whiskies. Absolutely night and day. So that goes for nothing. It's all down to the flavour. It's the maturation accounts for everything. So the week of peat, and it's 48.3. I like the sound of that one.
Give me a whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm sure the last year's one wasn't as strong as that, GB.
No, I remember we tried it at the trade show, but you might not have remembered that.
I didn't remember it. No, I could have. We had about 4 or 5 different Balvenies here.
Yeah, they were very generous.
We had the Caribbean 17 as well, actually,
That's,
which is about £100 a bottle.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. But look at the colour of that, absolutely wonderful. Nice golden, rich golden colour. Yeah. And clockwise on the Shugo. David Pringle, you got clockwise, have you mastered that? It's easier for a left-hander to do it, believe it or not. Far easier as a left-hander. There, Michael came in. I've just given you a wee tip there. The legs are very wee tip. Aye, the legs are very thin. Alan's not cleaned his glass very well.
Oh, Skeletor, you're fired.
Nice thin legs coming away there. Nice, light, delicate. However, it tells us that's nice.
That is.
The clue's in the name Wikipedia. So Balvenie is not renowned for peat whiskies.
Not Sneaky Pete.
Not Sneaky Pete. So we'll get the flavour map up and just have a wee look at this.
Let's have a wee shift at this.
I'm just seeing the top of my head in that telly. I'm quite tanned there and shiny. Like, but you know, it is delicate. So it's going to sit on this side here, light. No, we're not going to go down into delicate. A wee touch of smoke, not a lot of smoke. You get a wee drop of phenol coming through. I would put it somewhere about maybe on that corner here, just up a wee bit. The phenol's lovely. That is just a nice amount, 20 ppms or something like that. It's not a lot, but you get the fruit lemon. You get a little lemon coming through there. Butterscotch with the vanilla, and no, that's the third one in the top. We've got a wee. Well, it started off with a lot of honey. Hit us first with the Blair, and medium, and you just get a wee hint of here. But the smoke's lovely. I like this. Just a nice amount of phenol in it.
That's a really. I'm liking it already.
Slange.
Shall we ask somebody else? See who we're going to phone now.
Oh, get the tobacco leaf, and it's hits you there. Absolute the honey is just. Oh.
Is somebody not answering the phone on purpose?
Lemon. No, I didn't answer it.
He's not answering that on purpose. Right. We've cut you off, Jamie.
But you get the honey. The vanilla's coming in very slow at the back. Nice dryness of the vanilla, but the honey is its sweetness. So it's sweeter and dry rather than just the. But the peat sits here, long finish it, long. I think it's a bit like what do you call it? Lemon drizzle cake coming through there.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
baggy.
Real lemon. I mean, it is really zesty, spicy lemon. That's good. If I recall,
right up the top there for me today.
If I recall, that's actually nicer than last year's. I think it's peatier.
I think it's
smokier.
more expensive as well.
Well, it will be. There's no doubt about that. We touch of water, but just without water. That on the nose, I thought it was only about maybe 20 ppms. I would say it's stronger than that.
I think it is.
I'll not tell you in the bottle.
No, it doesn't.
But the water actually opens up the smoke. You get quite a bit. The smoke actually hits the first, but the vanilla hit me the last time. The lemon. You know what's these? What's the biscuit? Is it cream puffs? We used to have lemon puffs.
Lemon puffs.
Aye.
Lemon puffs.
Lemon puffs. You know, you get that. Was it? you get that zesty lemon, but you've got that sweet, sugary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real nice, and the sweet.
They're all crackers.
The smoke, just a perfect amount of smoke for me.
Aye.
Wow.
That's
I'm gonna taste this one.
What's everybody else saying? Obviously, we tried to phone Jamie Thorne, and he can't do Facebook and communicate at the same time.
Oh wow, water just absolutely opens that up. The vanilla, honey, and I mean it's sweeter. The lemon, almost lemon and lime now, but the sugar. Do you get lime puffs? I don't think you do. Can you? You do.
The boys here.
But certainly the lemon puffs. That's amazing. And on the finish, it's getting sweeter and sweeter. It's almost like tropical fruit coming, pineapple, pear. Just wow. That's very. That's nice. An absolute stunner. I do like.
That's for George.
Batch 2.
Go for that. That's really pleasant.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What's everybody thinking about that? Michael Kelvin, that's amazing, he says. I love the citrus cut through it like the lights.
That's interesting. I'm just reading that the label: rich in honey, vanilla, citrus notes with an extra layer of delicate smokiness. Well, I think we've just hit that in the nail, actually, how we've described it. Actually, but that the lemon puffs, the lemon, and again, I'm not a citrus individual. You know, I like the sweetness of that, and lemon's usually zesty and sharp, but I think that's just
a great balance.
really.
It's still kicking about. I'm still getting the.
It's a real long finish. That certainly gets a seal of approval.
That's great.
Any comments out? Yeah.
Anybody comment about that before we put them into order? Before we put them into order, why don't you tell us the whiskies for the following tasting session?
Oh.
Since I think you've got them over that side there.
Oh, have we got them over there? Yes, an interesting one to start 2 weeks tonight, which is the 8th October.
It's always the 2nd and 4th Fridays, to keep it simple.
I've got a tour that day, so make sure it gets booked in and make sure I turn up.
Make sure you turn up, that's it.
It's the James Reedy, the Independent Bottlers.
See that if you put it up to T-Bone.
Sorry, that way, Tony. I can't get that way. James Reedy, 11-year-old, and it's Ben Rinnes. Remember Ben Rinnes is a Diageo Flora and Fauna. You take that one. I had it there for 10 minutes for Martin till he focuses his eyes.
There you go.
Okay.
That, yep.
And number 2 is just a straightforward Highland Park cask strength, 63.3% ABV.
And that was the first edition version.
Is it?
Now brought out the 2nd edition.
So we've got to have that as the second one.
Here we go.
And we're going to finish with a lovely Laphroaig Lure. And I've heard of this, but I've never seen it. Oh, it doesn't actually smell as peaty as a national. I expect it to be a lot peatier. The most richly flavoured of all Scotch whiskies. Oh, that's interesting. That's going to be a really interesting one. Sorry.
Now, guys, we've got only a little supply of this stuff. I would ask you put your order in ASAP, because once it's gone, it is gone. And we want you to participate, so get your orders in now for us, guys. We've got the whiskies. What's that?
What's the most expensive whiskey you've ever had?
On the show. Well, we had
legally, mind, legally.
We had that. Oh, I know. Well, we've done some filming a couple of weeks ago, and the whiskey out of the cask was £2,500 for a bottle when we were up at
Dewars in the Secret Bar. Yeah, it was £2,500 a bottle.
So you divide that by 28, and that gives you the answer.
I've had a taste of, not in the show, when I was at Glengarry. It's the Port Ellen 32-year-old. I've had some of that, and that's about £2,500-3,000 as well. So, yeah, roughly about £2,500 to £3,000.
And I've got a 50 ml of a 40-year-old Macallan, which Mike was good enough to give me. And if you do the maths on that, that's an expensive one.
4 weeks tonight. 4 weeks tonight. I was trying to have a wee look at them. Number 1 is Ardnamurchan, new distillery just off the Island Mill, just off Oban.
Down from the Island Mill.
Quite a new one. I'm sure it's privately owned. You can actually get from Fort William or that way down by the ferry onto that. It's one that I'd like to get, because I'm sure it's family owned in a country estate.
That's one of the newest ones. I think on the first batch, it's maybe second batch or something like that. So that's.
I would say it could be the first batch, because they've only been about 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
That's it.
Then the second one is going to be a nice trusted Highland Glengarry. It's a wine cask matured. Look at the colour of that, really rich, dark. That's going to be a nice one. And we're going to finish with another trusted signatory vintage. I love Edredor. Signatory range is really good. Lots of different distilleries mature at Edredor, and they're actually very reasonably priced. So this is actually it's a Bunnahabhain Stousha, whatever it is, Staoishha, heavily peated. So it's a 2013. It's only a 7-year-old whiskey. But I think that'd be quite interesting. So that's the 3: Ardnamurchan, Glengarry, and a signatory from Bunnahabhain in Islay, and it says heavily peated. So looking forward to that. And that's actually 4 weeks,
4 weeks
tonight.
That's it. Right, let's get back putting our whiskies in order, please.
Oh, right.
Well, Steve Mackenzie's managed to find his computer and switch it on.
Is he?
Julie Douglas has joined us. Evening, my darling. Nice to see you as always.
I see Steve staying in the Caledonian Hotel in Fort Augustus.
Oh.
It's a great place. We stayed there when we done the Great Glen 3-4 years ago, and the guy was fantastic. There was about 14 years stayed there, and they put lots of money into a charity because they
Oh,
found out we're
yeah.
doing it for the Tartan Armour
Yeah,
Sunshine
yeah,
Appeal.
yeah.
So, yeah. If you're listening, Steve, it's a chap from South England. I can't remember his name, but the guys for the Tartan Armour Sunshine Appeal are asking for him because they really looked after us. It was good, great place to go. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Mine's are quite simple: 3, 2, 1.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because I couldn't see the Aberfeld getting beat before I tasted it. I really thought that would hit the spot, but no, I like the Balvenie, the Wiki.
Right, let's see what everybody else has done. Stephen Johnston's doing 2, 1, 3. I'm actually going to go 3, 1, and 2. 3, 1, and 2. That's
Right,
what I'm
okay.
going for. Stephen Johnston's done 1, 3, 2, and then his missus 2, 1, 3. Michael Kelman 3, 1, 2, same as me. Susan Innes up there 3, 2, 1.
John Docherty 1, Jamie Docherty 1, 2, 3.
Do you see him? Oh, you've got him down there.
I see him down there.
Let's just see.
2, 1, 3, George, Davey.
Yeah, 2, 1, 3, 2.
That's the last time you get the drama fuzz. You can't get it right like that. 2, 1, 3. No. 3, 3, 1. I would go 3, 3, 3 myself.
Yeah, Julie Ramsey's saying it's a hard one to choose. She's doing catch up.
I would say it was very tough between 3 and 2. I did like that. I felt the Balvenie was nice, really nice. In fact, they were all very close.
Yeah. See if you get that 17-year-old, the travel exclusive range. Buy it. If you like that, you'll love it. It's just a wee notch up.
But the Balvenie was, I thought, it was stunning. Just a nice balance. So the peat there.
Really
yeah, I like the balance of that. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money on that table there, and that's why we pay a wee bit extra to get some of the good stuff, which we enjoy.
Oh, we do.
Now, just to chuck in as well, if anybody wants to come along on the 19th of October, we're hoping the Tatty Peel will be along on the afternoon. We're doing a little whiskey lunch here. It's not directly connected. He's got his own wee thing as well.
I've got a tasting tour that day, yeah. So we can maybe let my clients join in for a wee half hour there.
We've got Lindor's Abbey. Scott Watson's been good enough to bring it together. So it's a combination between the Scottish License Trade, the Merca, and obviously the guys and you guys that are whiskey lovers at the 1775 are more than welcome to come along. It'll be a nice bit of food. £25 a head, so it's actually a steal, and you'll be getting some wine and some bits and bobs for that. So it's a 1 o'clock for a 2 o'clock kick-off. The pub is actually shut, as you all know. The pub's not open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are open Thursday through to Sunday. So it'll just be us in here and Tatty Peel and his customers that day, if they can.
We'll let them join in for a wee dram.
They'll have a good time. So
yeah, they get a wee extra bonus.
I don't know, Steve McKenzie.
Hopefully, the American, I might get a decent tip.
Oh, aye. There'll be no tip of your finger in your eye. That's it. So hopefully that's that, folks. Everybody else has all had a good belter there. They're all pretty good, Stephen Johnston saying. So that's it. We won't see you until we've been down to the big smoke and back. We'll bring you some pictures. We'll put stuff on the Facebook. Remember, like us, love us, share us, do all your bits and bobs.
Whatever you can.
That's it. And say cheerio to Pork Chop and the rest of you that have dialed in wherever you may be. And what say?
Slange.